Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today, guys, I'm going to share with you part 2 of the building process of our tiny house here. Now, as you can see at this point right here, I've paused on the construction to show you kind of what was going on in the first video, because I want to, like I said, I want to review with you each time. So what we've got cooking is this. We've got our frame all screwed together. Okay, all the joists are in place, and as you can see right here, there is space on each side. This is almost 2 foot on center. Okay, and there's space in between. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have plywood, marine plywood probably, laid across here, and then we're going to put the insulation in place. Now I've got the bolts. I actually took a I think it's a 1 1/4 inch speed bore. And then what you do is then you take the regular 1/2 inch speed bore down as far as you can go. Then you take a bit extension, that bit that I showed you in the first video, you drill on through the metal, and at that point, then these bolts go right down in through there like so, hammer that in place, and then put your washer, your lock nut, and your nut onto it and tighten it down. Now right here, this one will get a short bolt, 2 short bolts, little 3 inches, that'll just go through there, tighten up, and that'll give me the spanner there to put the wood in between. Now some things that I want to answer, some questions that people asked in the first video. Number one is these trailer axles, are they going to be able to hold up to it? I'll get you the specs and everything on these axles, but these axles scissor. It's not like a tandem. Now, I only plan to move this thing once, okay? So just throwing that out there to those that are concerned about that, is I'm just moving it once is my plan, and to the permanent bug out location. So now if you plan on moving a tiny house all the time, my advice is the tandem, or those trailers nowadays being made. I think Texas, there's a company in Texas, I'll try to get you the link, that makes these trailers nowadays that have the really good structural mount and everything. But now this trailer was used to haul automobiles, things like that. So if you can imagine the weight of 2 automotives on top of this trailer, I hope that my house don't end up weighing that much. Okay, now to answer some other things, the 2x6s. I went with 2x6s for 2 reasons. Number one is it's going to give me thick space for my insulation, because if I take this up into the mountains where I plan to, and it gets cold winters in the valleys there in the mountains and stuff, then I'm going to have hopefully a really good heated floor. Number two is that as far as structural support, a lot of people do 2x4s. I was talking to Randy at his tiny house lot, and people turn the 2x4s up, make them double them up for stiffness. I mean, there's a lot of different things people do to get a workaround. And the thing is right here on your house, when you got the 2x6 in place like I do here, you've already got a good riser up above where your tires are going to come in. So at that point, I don't have to come up much more to go over this, and it's not going to affect me on the inside too bad, because this is actually going to be hidden with the fireplace. The wall for the fireplace and everything will set up adjacent to this, and then it'll drop down, so it'll give it that nice little accent where that you have a wood stove setting up on stonework and everything. I think that'll look really good. And on the other side, the issue is going to be abated, because you know, the couch, I'll have like a couch come out where I think I'm going to kind of do like Randy done with the Hobbit house, fix a fold out on that, so that I actually have 3 beds in this house. Is that we'll have the queen bed up here, and then we'll have fold down bed, and then we'll have a king size loft, because once I get done with this tiny house, I'm going to probably start on another one if I can afford it, and start trying to get that knocked out, because I want to try to help friends and family get some houses built so that we can get out away from all this. Because I'm going to tell you, like I said a long time ago, getting away from the farm, one day that time's going to come. This is the ark of the last generation, guys. This is it, the tiny house movement. Noah built an ark in his day because a flood was coming of water. We need to be building a tiny house in our last generation, because a flood of people will be coming to take your things, and you need to get out away from them. And if you can have a self-sustained structure, that really all that's left you need to put out there with it is, you know, some greenhousing, some livestock, maybe a barn, a few little odds and ends. You pretty much got you a great foundation. So now the last few questions people asked, the layout on the house. Just reiterate that from the first one real quick here, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. It's going to be real short, and just go over real quick what will be in the next one. Is this right here from this section here will be the bathroom only. Okay, so the water drop, as I put this insulation in and everything, the water drops for the drain out, they're not going to be in the floor. Okay, they'll be in the wall. So it'll come in and around the heated walls here, because this whole house is going to have multiple sources of heat. The water drops will actually go down and drop out right here, the gray water for the shower, and the sink that's in there. Now the toilet's going to have its own thing. We'll get in that later. But the other water line will run up here to the sink that's up front, and that's it. And it'll drop out a gray water length there. And I'll just fix up a garden hose thing for that. And so that way we don't have nothing on the floor. Because I seriously, guys, I think it's good that you don't have anything in the floors. I mean, you need to treat that like a shed, you know, that this is just a shed floor. And if you can work around that, you don't have to worry about breaking pipes and freezing and busting and snapping going down the road and crap like that. I think you can get around it. All right, so anyway, and that'll be the kitchen, couch, fireplace, 2 lofts, living area, walk-in with the door. All right, so anyway, for the next video, this is what's going to go down. I'll show you in the next one. We'll see the strips across here. You'll see the insulation in place, and then at that point you'll also see me starting the board across here. Now this right here will be a cutout, okay, and then I'll go over that briefly, how that I'm going to frame that as a riser there and get above that, because I'm actually I'll probably start the framing on the risers there before I ever start the walls. But after the second video, or the next video in this, the second part of getting the floor done, then at that point we're just going to start hammering the walls out left and right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to finish this tiny house. And until we see again here at 7 Trumpets Prepper Channel, I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.